Hello, I'm Jennifer Farmer. I'm the Chief Executive Officer at the Friedreich's Ataxia Research Alliance, or FARA. Friedreich's Ataxia is a rare genetic neurodegenerative disease. Onset of symptoms is usually during childhood. Symptoms present with difficulty with balance and coordination, and this is a progressive condition, and so most individuals over time will lose the ability to walk and to be able to perform a lot of their activities of daily living. So this is a very serious and debilitating disease that we believe affects about 1 in 50,000 people in the US, or about 5,000 in the US, and about 15,000 worldwide. Although, we're just now starting to learn about about the prevalence of Friedreich's ataxia in other parts of the world, like India. So my background, I'm a genetic counselor by training, and I started my career working in neurogenetics. At the time, the Friedreich's ataxia gene had been identified. And so I was able to meet patients and explain to them about this significant breakthrough that we now understood the cause of their disease. And it was an exciting time because it really opened up the door to thinking about developing therapies for this disease. And so since then, kind of been committed to advancing research in FA to try to develop treatments. And that is what FARA is all about, advancing research to develop treatments. So the landscape for rare diseases, really, I think took a shift a good 10 to 15 years ago with a lot more interest from biopharmaceutical industry in developing therapies. And this has been really exciting. And so now we are seeing more treatments come forward for these rare diseases. And I think organizations like patient advocacy organizations, research organizations are trying to, do our part to de-risk drug development by investing in research, clinical research infrastructure, natural history studies, and really partner with industry to develop treatments for rare disorders. There are a lot of challenges when we think about rare disorders, and the first biggest challenge is in the name, right? Rare disorders. These are not well known. And so the first thing we really need to do is raise awareness about these diseases so that they become visible, and then try to overcome some of the gaps, which oftentimes come down to numbers in financial resources, numbers of clinicians who are knowledgeable about these disorders, and then numbers in terms of patients to participate in research and trials. I think this is especially challenging in emerging countries or low to middle income countries where the resources are going to be even more scarce and awareness and diagnosis is more challenging. One of the things that we've been working on at FARA is trying to build bridges to other countries around the world and be able to establish FA centers of excellence in those countries so that we can facilitate the diagnosis of Friedreich's ataxia, but also engage patients and clinicians in research so that clinical trials will hopefully be able to really truly be global. And then as treatments get approved, we can accelerate access to those treatments because we've got the infrastructure in place for diagnosis and management and treatment. Really excited to participate in the Indo-US Rare Summit this year because of the work that we've been doing, with our colleagues at the AIMS site in New Delhi to expand awareness of FA throughout India and think about ways that we collaborate to build bridges, and really grateful for this opportunity to be a part of the conference, as well as make many new connections and colleagues who can continue to help us advance this work.